Now on 7.
Intense downpours across southeast Mass were waterlogged tonight.
An armed holdup and 2 arrests could mark the end of a notorious bank robber's crime spree. We're live with the big breaking news.
New details on the death of Michael Jackson. Reports say a potentially deadly drug was found inside the King of Pop's home.
As we approach the busy holiday weekend, it's slow going here at Logan, and weather isn't the only reason why.
This is 7 News at 5.
We begin at 5 with a 7 News weather alert. The rain has been coming down fast and furious across the area, prompting a flash flood watch. You know, we just can't get a break. Storms have been soaking eastern Massachusetts for much of the afternoon.
And much more is on the way. Here's Chief Meteorologist Pete Bouchard. When can we say enough already?
After tomorrow, Francis, into Friday, into the weekend, too. First off, the heavy weather going through Hyannis, it's just passed. Now we're in Chatham and Wellfleet and Truro, the seashore hit hard, as is Surfside and down through Nantucket. This is passing through here. The heavier rains up around Boston now relenting a little bit and pushing out through Cape Ann or quieter outer Route 2 beyond 495 and back through Worcester as well. It stopped raining now, but the rain hitting hard in Beverly, up into Topsfield, and still down through Plymouth and Manomet. We've had reports of up to 2 inches of rain in some spots down through Buzzards Bay and out through Cape Cod. But as you get back into southern Rhode Island, look at the shading of red in here and magenta. Let me get out of the way in the scale. 0.5, 1.5, 3. Magenta is 6 inches of rain in southeastern Connecticut, too. It was really coming down there for a while. We have flash flood watches up until 8 o'clock, flood warnings up in Bristol and Plymouth counties, and flood warnings, flash flood warnings still up in parts of Connecticut and southern Rhode Island. We will see this rain taper off this evening, lighter showers overnight, but another wave tomorrow before we call off the hounds. More ahead.
So can you even call this a New England summer with no sunshine? One forecaster says the Northeast may not see any sustained periods of summer-like weather. Ahead in just a few minutes, meteorologist Jeremy Reiner is going to get to the bottom of it. He takes a look at why there's been such a drastic change across the country.
The news station also following a big breaking story. 2 people are in custody following a bank robbery in Needham. The FBI saying they may be connected to the U-30 bandit. 7's Victoria Warren live in Needham with the details.
The U-30 robbers hit 7 banks in the area, and now the FBI wants to know if this bank robbery is at all connected. Witnesses today describe one suspect trying to get away, but getting arrested after police tackled him to the ground. A gun and a bag of money left behind as police take one suspect into custody and chase after another one after this Sovereign Bank was robbed.
We heard a whole bunch of screaming outside, so we ran to the window over there and just saw about 8 police in the street on top of a guy. Money was strewn everywhere. Cars were haphazardly parked in the middle of the road.
Stephanie Rockatowski and her co-workers watched the drama unfold from their office windows, snapping cell phone pictures as 32-year-old Dimitri Long was arrested. Another witness says the suspect tried to get away.
He was, struggling while they were putting him on the ground. It took quite a few people to put him on the ground. And then finally they had him seated in front of a police car, and then finally they put him into the police car.
The FBI says 2 men were arrested. Both are suspected in the U-30 bank robberies, a string of 7 bank robberies recently in Metro West, where the robber is in and out of the bank in under 30 seconds. Witnesses to today's takedown have been following those robberies closely.
If you look at any of the pictures from the past robberies, he's been completely covered, so it's been kind of hard to track him down as to, physical description. I hope it is them. I hope they did get him.
The 2 suspects are going to be arraigned tomorrow and charged with robbing this Sovereign Bank. The hope is by then we'll know what connection, if any, they have to the U-30 robber. Live in Needham, Victoria Warren, 7 News.
Our big story coverage continues in Newton. That's where federal authorities say they caught one of the robbers. Ryan Schulteis is live on the scene with more.
Yeah, it was a really tense situation out here in this Newton neighborhood because that second suspect, the FBI says, fled to this area. And I can tell you that he was arrested very quickly, but then there was concern that there was a 3rd suspect. A Newton neighborhood rocked as the FBI moves in with their guns drawn. They arrested Michael Cody, the second suspect in the U30 bank robberies. They say Cody fled to Country Club Road here, just about a mile and a half from where the Needham Sovereign Bank was robbed. He was arrested without incident, and according to the FBI, all of these SWAT teams and bomb squads here to make sure there wasn't a third suspect.
In several other bank robberies prior to this one, there was an explosive device that was utilized, either left at the bank or left in a different location. So just to take all precautions into account here, that's why we covered all of our bases.
And the FBI is confident that there was not a third suspect. The area has since been cleared. The focus now, removing that suspect's vehicle. I'm going to take you back there and show you just where this is happening right here. See that car reversing right there? They've moved a tow truck in there. They're actually removing the suspect's vehicle. They actually pulled into a house that is under renovation, pulled the car up there, got out there, and right when police arrived, they were able to arrest him right away. So right now they're working on towing that car out for the investigation, but the area has now been cleared. A very tense situation is now much quieter here in this area. We're live in Newton. Ryan Schulteich, 7 News.
You know, it's been 3 months since the man known as the U30 Bandit started his spree. Here's the timeline. He started his robbery spree in March, on the 26th, hitting the Bank of America on Washington Street in Wellesley. April 3rd, he targets the TD Bank North, the next town over, in Needham. The 24th of that month, back to the same Bank of America in Wellesley. May 13th, the Village Bank on Wyman Street in Newton. May 29th, the Ukrainian Credit Union on Eastern Ave in Dedham. Then on June 5th, the B of A on Washington Street, also in Dedham. Last striking 2 weeks ago, wearing a Sox ball cap at the Sharon Credit Union in Walpole. We're following some breaking news. 2 more deaths in the Boston area have been linked to the H1N1 virus, commonly known as the swine flu. That brings the total number of H1N1 related deaths in Massachusetts to 4 people. One Boston resident was a 52-year-old man. He died at his home June 26th. Test results came back today indicating he was positive for the H1N1 virus. The second Boston resident was a 30-year-old man who was hospitalized June 15th. He died June 29th. Of course, this follows the news on Monday when test results confirmed that the death of an 84-year-old Boston man was linked to H1N1. Once again, now 4 people in Massachusetts have died from the swine flu.